Indian films and TV have played a huge role in defining gender. People worship actors so much that they get carried away by their roles in films and serials. Fans model their behavior in everyday life, impacting society at large. The definition of masculinity has been constantly evolving, but films have created certain stereotypes with a deep-rooted impact. While hearing a case involving multiple incidents of sexual exploitation, the High Court observed that men are glorified for sexual adventures, while women are stigmatized for the same. Such portrayals often translate to real-life violence. Today at Simbly Curious, we are listing out the evolution and stereotyping of masculinity in Bollywood. Number 1. The angry young man. The 60s laid the foundation of what a man should be like. Tough and macho, and most importantly, angry. During this era, actors like Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra defined masculinity as fighting off villains on screen, saving their mothers, or lady love. They were always above the law because their intentions were right. Movies like Sholay defined gender roles in Bollywood. Dialogues like "Mard ko dard nahi hota" caught on like fire. Ever since, men never expressed their true feelings, never showed weakness, and drowned their sorrows in alcohol. Little did filmmakers realize that it actually takes courage to face your own emotions. Number 2. The Playboy. From 1990 onwards, actors like Akshay Kumar and Govinda introduced the element of comedy in their roles. But unfortunately, being unfaithful and having extramarital affairs were seen as comic relief. All through the film, the hero made his wife and the audience believe that it is natural for a man to falter when tempted. And the wife too came around and realized that if at all anyone was to be blamed, it was the temptress or the girlfriend. How dumb is that? Number 3. The Rowdy. Next came a period when sexism in Bollywood grew rapidly, and it was okay to stalk a girl or tease her as a justified expression of romantic interest. They often did not care about their own appearance or cleanliness, because supposedly that's what masculinity was all about. Honestly, who falls in love with their stalker? Ask any woman. Unlike what they show in films, it is the most harrowing experience. And youngsters are so impressionable. I have seen several young boys trying to get a girl's attention by catcalling or getting too close in a bus or in a street. It is extremely disturbing, and I would not even wish this for my own enemies. Number 4. The Breadwinner. Of course, not all movies are about rowdies. The 90s also saw several family films. The most popular ones that come to mind are Hum Aapke Hain Kaun and Hum Saath Saath Hain, right? While they were highly entertaining, they literally laid out the gender roles in a family. The man was always busy, working and earning for the family, while the woman, however qualified, had no individual interests or goals, and her only dream was to cook, clean, and grow her family. The man was the decision maker of the family because he brought in the moolah, and ek baar keh diya to bas keh diya. Number 5. The Liberator. With each decade, the male character kept evolving, but the notions of masculinity remained almost the same. They were always the lead, they made the most important decisions, and even women-centric films needed a strong male inspiration. Basically, men were the liberators, be it Mission Mangal or Dangal. Number 6. Prince Charming. A trend of Prince Charming with movies like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai and Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge entered Bollywood, which showed that men were capable of loving others. Yet, most of the characters were stalkers who cared more about their ego and treated women more like trophies. Number 7. The Puppet. While films have a main plot, the subplot often provides the comic relief, involving men being tortured by their wives. Somehow people found this really funny. These men shamelessly cracked jokes on how they were puppets in the hands of their wives, who were out to make their lives miserable. This sexist line of comedy often becomes tedious. Don't you think so? Aren't these stereotypes annoying? I think it's high time Indian media breaks these stereotypes and gets real. Yeah, I know many films are trying to break these typecasts, but it is so ingrained in our system that subconsciously it creeps right back in. Men might say, "Why are you getting so serious? Take a joke, yaar." But just so you know, we love good jokes and even a roast. But typecasting people is not our idea of humor. Recently, an item number from the film Pushpa was slammed by a group for showing men as lustful. Mind you, this was a group of men who were complaining. Where were they all those times when item numbers objectified women? When time and again media spreads a wrong image, it does more damage than good. Don't you think so? Please do let us know what you think in the comments section below, and we would love to have a conversation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show us your support by pressing the like button, the share button, and do stay tuned to Simbly Curious.